Now live on Instagram, now live on everything, mate.
Right, I'll join you.
Cool.
I will join. That's it.
Hey, Wendy. And there you are, mate.
Hello, Wendy.
How are you?
Lovely.
Hey. So, James, Wendy is our education guru, I suppose. We had a meeting last night and she's our agent.
Cool. Guru, like that title. Wendy the Guru.
Let me just turn that down. Is there any feedback at all? If people just let us know in comments if there's any feedback. Is that all good?
It's a bit laggy.
It is a bit laggy. Which one's lagging?
I've just, I think they're both okay now.
Yeah. Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Yeah.
Cool. Curious.
So for anybody that's watching on Instagram, we're also live on YouTube as well. So, and Facebook. So
yeah,
we're just trying to get this all without any echo, etc. Hello, everybody who's logging in on Insta.
Thanks, Wendy.
Thanks, Wendy. We always do, Paul, don't we?
Always, mate. Always.
Always. Goes without saying.
So let's just wait for a few more people. So with our viewers on YouTube, it is Paul Watts Hair YouTube channel, but we've created a little community. It's the start of it basically today, isn't it, James? And
yeah, that's right.
You can see from the title above us, YouTube for hairdressers. And this is just going to be a little teaser, a little taster of what we've gone through. I mean, I'm still learning a hell of a lot, but there's so much I've learned already that we want to pass on. And James is absolutely killing it in the game.
Oh, killing it. I'm not sure. Killing it, but I'm getting there. I definitely feel like I've got a strong understanding of YouTube. Definitely.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like you know, I started Instagram 2017, you know, and that was my first entry, if you will, into social media. You know, and for me, Instagram was kind of it was really exciting back then. It was, you know, it was like, wow, and like showcase our work, and we don't have to be anywhere, and we just have to take a picture of our client.
Yeah,
still got all my first images up there, you know, because I always felt like, for me, you know, it didn't really, lost my interest in show work and stuff, and I thought, wow, this is a great place to be. But, you know, roll the clock forward, wind it on a bit, you know, 2017 went by, 2018 came round, and then, you know, and I thought to myself, well, this is a bit boring, you know. Instagram is just so banal. You just take a picture of the back of someone's head.
Yeah,
you know, I work for a brand. I'm not going to go into who they are here, but, you know, they don't showcase your work in case you know, you've got to have a very specific backdrop, and you've got to have this, and you've got to have that, and, you know, and so it's like, okay, you know, it all becomes a bit. Hi, Design 39. I'm still waiting on t-shirts. So I haven't forgotten about you. Got a DM in my inbox for Life of Hair merch from Design 39.
Oh,
yeah. yeah. Plug the merch. So, you know, like for me, you know, my time on Instagram is great. I grew, you know, to a reasonable following. You know, I don't think you need tens of thousands of followers to have a successful social media platform, and that's something that I really wanted to, you know, kind of point out to everybody, really, more than anything, is that you know, in this process, this isn't about a volume game. Volume is great for a very specific type of social media person that is looking for brand deals, that is looking for companies to recognize them. And I don't necessarily feel like that's where hairdressing should be at. I think, you know, with like yourself, Paul, obviously, you know, started a YouTube channel, growing a YouTube channel nice and steadily, helping people, you know, grow their businesses, increase their skills, etc., and understand, you know, what the opportunities are out there beyond, you know, the kind of obvious choice, which is Instagram for hairdressers. So for me, Instagram has its place, most definitely, but the kind of impact and the value of, you know, having a YouTube channel for me is a far greater, harder hitting, further reaching platform, because I can really convey, you know, I can really convey my desire to help people, you know, become better hairdressers. Now, I found on Instagram that it's not really geared for that right now, you know. Whether they change it later, who knows? But if you're the sort of person who's looking to, you know, grow their brand, they've got something to sell. That's the big one for me, really. I think, you know, if they've got, swipe up link, you know, you know, but even if the swipe up link, you've got to have so many followers on Instagram, even for that. Whereas on YouTube, you don't need all that business. It's down in the description. You can do it from one subscriber. I've got a friend. He's really, really into YouTube now. He started YouTube probably about 6 months before me. He's got 10,000 subscribers, but it's making his business more than £1,000 per day.
Yeah.
Because he's got a product that he's selling on there. It's his product. He made it. It's a presentation. It's all about the legalities of buying houses and selling houses and flipping houses. You know, people are buying his product left, right, and center. So, you know, Instagram doesn't really allow that type of thing. Instagram doesn't really allow that kind of tangibility, that maneuverability, taking people away from Instagram, off the platform, and into something that is yours to sell. You know, because yes, you can put links in your bios and blah blah blah, but the click-through rate is pathetic. I mean, I've looked at it. You know, when you go and you know, if you've got an Instagram business page and you go back into that and you say to yourself, what's the click-through rate? It's like under 1%. I mean, you know, and I was watching a video yesterday about Instagram adverts, and I was just like, this guy was like, yeah, I've got like 6% click-through rate. You know, he was rejoicing in the idea that he got a 6% click-through rate on Instagram. You know, on YouTube, the click-through rates can be as much as 30%. So, you know, if you guys are out there, like, you know, been plugging away on Instagram and, you know, don't feel like you're getting much traction, it's not offering you much value, make a video, put it on YouTube, and take that same video and put it on Instagram. You know, cross-pollinate the platforms. If you're like, don't want to go all into YouTube, if you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, you know, make a YouTube video. And when I say make a YouTube video, you say, well, why don't I make an Instagram video? YouTube is filmed like this way, in landscape, whereas Instagram tends to be portrait, you know, long and narrow, like you hold your mobile phone. That's an Instagram video. And you can always, once you've filmed it in landscape, the YouTube way, this way, you can always just cut it down the sides and it will fit on to your YouTube, from your YouTube onto your Instagram. So you get kind of dual benefit of that. But Paul, what's your experiences? That's really how I've kind of, you know, I've grown a following that, you know, and in a short space of time been able to like monetize and, you know, kind of have a second income, even a third income actually, from that. You know, what's your experiences so far? So
people often ask me, why did I start YouTube? And it's for the reasons that you've just given. It's because, I mean, at the very beginning of growing Paul Watts Hairdressing Salon, it was when Facebook, this is why a lot of people and a lot of businesses have more Facebook followers or likes than they do on Instagram, because Facebook was first. But when I come across Instagram, I put all my energy into it. And you can see by the salon's followers, we've got 16.1K. and it's fluctuated in probably 3-4 years, from 14 up to 16.5, up to 6, and then down to 16.2, depending on how Instagram are regulating fake followers or accounts that get deleted and all that sort of thing. So with regards to me crossing over into YouTube, it was to give more of a value. So yes, taking pictures of people behind their heads has a message. It's what we do. And Instagram, I mean, you just scroll on Instagram. You just scroll and scroll and scroll, and you'll probably take notice of 10% maybe of what you're scrolling through. Whereas capturing the message and having that value on YouTube was where I wanted to convey my brand and myself in a different light. And I wanted there to be basically the message. I'm not really into Instagram lives as such, like everyday Instagram live, because it's 24 hours, and conveying a message every single day was something that I didn't really find would have a lot of value for me. Having something I would spend time filming, editing, choosing a music choice that is your brand, and then creating that community where Instagram doesn't really give us that.
No, it's like throwaway fashion Instagram, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you wear it a few times and it's gone.
Yeah, that's a great way.
And I think, you know, and for me, it's a bit of a shame really, because actually you put a lot of time and effort into Instagram. Any of you guys that watch this put a lot of time and effort into Instagram. You know, you do your client's hair nicely, and she stands in front of the wall and you take a picture of the back of her head. And, you know, I appreciate that might get you a few clients and stuff, and that's great, you know. But you know, the amount of non-hairdressers who watch my YouTube is just blows me away, and they comment and they're like, I'm not a hairdresser, but I just really like watching, you know, you do hair or whatever. And I'm just like, what? I just can't believe it. And it's amazing, of course, you know, but you know, and there's loads of people in this. There's more emotion. Yeah, that's right. There's loads of people who's look down like, where are you based? I want to come and get my hair done with you, and blah, blah. You know, and that's amazing. You know, I don't know if I'll ever do any of their hairs, but maybe, you know, hopefully. And, you know, it's a really interesting notion, isn't it? That, you know, you say to yourself, you know, Instagram, I grew clients through Instagram, and I know exactly how to use Instagram to grab clients. But the power, the level of expertise, the level of, and you know, YouTube, I think really is where you just level your career up as well. You know, and you take yourself from, you know, the skills that you've gained on, Instagram. You know, taking the odd video, taking the odd picture, and you really take it to the next stage. And it's a great way of, you know, if you're a salon owner, coaching your team, because, you know, when you've got those dead times in the salon, you know, and you've got those client stylists lingering around out the back or wherever they've gone, you know, you've got this catalog of videos. You know, good morning from Florida. Hello. You know, you've got this catalog of videos, and they're the way that you want things done, or the way that, you know, around the salon. Even if you didn't publish the videos, it's just a great place to have, like, and this is how we behave ourselves in the salon, and this is the salon rules. And, you know, you can have a load of unlisted videos. So YouTube's like a really powerful training tool, even if it's only in-house. Even if you weren't trying to reach a wider audience with it, you know. So Instagram doesn't offer that in any way, shape or form. So, you know, learning the skills of YouTube, I think, is a really powerful, much more powerful tool. And, you know, like I said in the beginning, look, you know, business owners, people who are trying to influence people to buy from them in any way, shape or form, Instagram for me personally is dead for that type of thing. I can't physically make a connection with anyone on Instagram. I watch people on YouTube all the time. I don't really watch. I watch a few hairdressers on Instagram, don't get me wrong, but my but my big passion is watching people on YouTube, because I really feel like I can connect and I can get into their thought, you know, their space. and then if they're having that impact on me, then I can have, or someone else can have that impact on, you know, other people too. And I think that's just, the value is just exponential, you know, whereas Instagram, you're just scrolling past and scrolling past. Oh.
And this is where this has come from. So we, like me and James, have known each other for years.
Long time.
We both worked for a brand together. We both got promoted as Lee Stafford's staff on the same day. And we've always been really, I don't know, forward thinking, 100 miles per hour, and we want to know the next big thing, I think. And the reason that we've created this platform or education where we want to train hairdressers to jump onto YouTube is because, I mean, in the comments, do you see a lack of engagement on your YouTube channel? Do you see TikTok taking over Instagram? Because I do. I see, whereas in 2021, marketing is the 85% video. And as soon as TikTok adds a picture ability where you can put a picture up, I think Instagram will decline massively, because it is basically, look at me, look at what I'm wearing. You can buy it from here, use my discount code. Whereas TikTok's a little bit more fun. And people are having the fun over there. But like you said, the connection on YouTube that you get with people is so much more, and so much more rewarding, because the messages you get, like in your inbox, there'll be messages saying thank you so much for that skill, and then they can rewatch it. And I think that's another thing where these platforms as such, really, it will be their downfall, I think.
Yeah, big time. I think it's a great word, Paul. I really agree with everything you said there. I think for me, you know, the big thing, the big takeaway for me is that actually YouTube is the granddaddy of social media. You know, it's 13 years old.
Yeah.
It's the original platform for social media. Everything else that came after that was kind of people trying to find new versions of YouTube. YouTube is going nowhere.
Yeah.
And one of the big reasons for YouTube's, you know, is because it's become, well, first of all, it's the second largest search engine in the world to Google, who's the first largest search engine in the world, who owns YouTube, funnily enough. So well done, guys, for really cornering the market there. But, you know, so you've got the world's largest search engine, owning the world's second largest search engine. They're never going to just say, oh, you know what, guys, it's not working for us. You know, YouTube's gone. You know, it's just not happening. You know, it's just never going to be a thing. There's so much advertising revenue for them through there. And, you know, what you've got to then say to yourself is, okay, so it's not going anywhere. And I watch videos that are 13 years old sometimes. You know, on there. They pop up on my feed because I've been specifically interested. You tell me the last time Instagram showed anybody my first post from 2017.
Yeah.
Shall I tell you how long they showed the people that post for? The day that I posted it. Yeah. And after that, it's just gone into oblivion. Unless you like, yeah, that's right. For a few minutes. You know, and so the value, you're putting more energy and effort and time. And I saw someone popped up on the screen on Facebook there that they've got a YouTube account and that, you know, they've not really used it, etc. You know, anything you do on YouTube, Laura, will be there forever and ever, amen, unless you delete it. And so the discoverability, if you will, if that's a word, or if that's a buzzword or not, is that, you know, it will be there for a very, very, very long time. And people searching for a specific topic that's interested in a specific thing will find that video. You know, I've got another channel that's all about making videos. Now, it's not a channel that I've put a huge amount of effort into because of time, but I will, as time goes on, put more effort into it. I've just made a third video for it. And the second video I ever posted was all about the iPhone, the new iPhone 11, and how it's a great video tool, and, you know, how best to use it for vlogging, etc. That video is now like 4,000 views because it's just there. I posted it. I didn't do anything with it. I didn't do any clever background descriptions. No, you know, all that background work. I just posted it. It was out there. It's something that people have been interested in. They just continue to watch it forever. Imagine your Instagram. Hi, Norma. Imagine your Instagram post really just keep jumping onto the discovery feed. You know, your hard effort just kept popping back onto the discovery feed. You know, and for me, I would never go out of my way to make an Instagram dedicated YouTube unless I was just going to sit down in front of the camera and just talk to the camera, and that would be it. Because you know, the value isn't there for me because the longevity is not there for me.
Same. And talking about that, I was looking at my analytics quite heavily because we've been talking to you about it. I've been looking at them heavily, and at the top of the page, it told me when I first started YouTube in 2011. And I haven't really started this journey until January this year. Last year, I was documenting my first year with Joico, sort of monthly. But now, from January, I made a decision that YouTube was going to be my thing, and I was going to run with it. For the reasons we've just discussed. It's there forever. The emotion's there. You can capture everything you want. You can edit it. You can put the music that complements your vibe at the time. And I just think the message you convey through YouTube, and like you said, it will then be rediscovered, so people can share it. And when you said that YouTube is like the godfather, and all of these social media apps are trying to compete, you can see how IGTV, which they're pumping so hard, but isn't really doing much.
It's not getting the traction as it that they were hoping. I think they need to IGTV. They need to do two things to it. They need to standardize the way that you film it.
Yeah,
you know, because this vertical portrait thing, you know, it looks good on a mobile phone, but then as soon as you watch it on your computer, it just looks weird. And also, the second thing that Instagram need to do for their platform to be sticky and would resist you know, other companies coming in and taking over, is that they need to migrate from just an app with a crap website to an app with a brilliant website. They need a brilliant website. Now look, I appreciate Facebook own Instagram, so the likelihood is that something will change eventually and they will start to see the wood for the trees, because obviously, you know, those guys are clever, you know, there's absolutely no doubt about it. But at the moment, I know they are making steps. I don't know if anybody knows this who's watching Instagram or this Facebook or the YouTube. Instagram in 2021 will be monetizing videos along with Facebook pages. So you'll be getting a monetization that is akin to what YouTube offer. Whether that will still, I don't think YouTube people are going to migrate over though, because of that.
No.
Because of that, as we were just saying, because of Instagram's kind of flippantness with your content. I'm not going to spend the amount of time that I spend making a YouTube video and the amount of money that I've invested in, you know, equipment and, you know, whatever, lighting and, you know, all the things that make my YouTube channel what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to invest that into Instagram because my video's just gone.
Yeah.
You know, my videos are just gone in a flash. You know, someone sees them for 24 hours. You post a video, Paul, on Instagram. What happens to it?
Well, nothing.
Nothing. What do you see when you post it? You see a sharp spike in what? Views?
Oh yeah, drop off.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden into oblivion.
The thing with it is, put the effort into the making the YouTube videos. Yeah, that's where the end goal is. That's where you want to be. But you can use Instagram and Facebook to cross, like you said, cross pollinate. You can cross share, cross promote, all that sort of thing. So make YouTube your number one goal, to create something that is there forever and represents you the best of your ability. But you could chop it down into a 15-second teaser. You could do a different version. You could do a Facebook version, which isn't all of it, but at the end of it, it shows you where to subscribe to your YouTube channel. Because again, when you're looking at the videos on Facebook, you're just scrolling. Something might capture you, but the fan club you get from YouTube, as opposed to, well, not getting anything on Instagram unless you've been on Love Island, unless you're selling stuff.
Paul, haven't you been on Love Island? You look like a Love Island contestant.
Twice. Still haven't found it, but it's unless you've got that sort of presence where you can influence someone to buy a car air freshener, then you really want to
car air freshener.
I mean, that's the big thing. I heard.
Is that the hat that you need to be a car air freshener salesman?
Yes.
Yeah.
With this, what we're doing, so we're just telling you where we're at and what we've realised. But at the end of it, we're going to give you, if you want to jump onto YouTube, we're going to give you some hints and tips at the end of the video, and we're going to set you a task as well. So stick around, still get your comments in. But yeah, I mean, for me, Instagram.
So I'm going to. I don't know if I'm just going to. Can I share my screen, Paul, on here? Can I share my screen? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I'm just going to before you go on, Paul, I just want to share my. Just want to share my. Some analytics from a YouTube video of mine that I posted. Can everybody see that now? So you're not going to see this on Instagram, guys. So sorry about that. It's not going to pop up on Instagram. This is only on Facebook. Sorry, this is.
Jump over to Paul Watts Hair on YouTube, and you'll be able to see it live.
You see it live, or you can catch up. Paul will share this, and it'll be on there another time. So for anybody that's watching over on YouTube, you'll start to see how this video. And what we're talking about is the value of posting something and the longevity of that video. So look, here's when I started this. I posted this video. This is one video. It's here. It's all about what developer, low and slow, fast and furious, are you breaking manufacturer's guidelines? Okay, so I posted it on Saturday, July 13th, 2019. Okay, so on day one, Sunday, by Sunday, I'd had 922 views. Okay, and then so if we scroll through a little bit, you know, the views were just ticking along, but you would never get, like, we're at Wednesday the 28th of August, we're a month on pretty much. I've now doubled my views. This just wouldn't happen on Instagram. No. This is just not happening on Instagram. You're not going to double your views in a month on Instagram. It's just in a month's time, you might as well delete your video, because, you know, your last 9 tiles are about it. You know, and if you're posting daily, then, well, forget about it. So, but you can see this graph. It's where you can see where it's going. It's climbing, it's climbing, it's climbing, it's climbing, it's climbing. Now, let's go right up to the third. Well, let's see where it picks up. So we're in December, let's say. All of a sudden, something in December happens. I'm at 10,000 views on that particular video. So we've gone from 0 to 10,000 views in 5 months. Right, we've all of a sudden just rocketed. You know, look at the numbers go up. It just goes mental. You know, this was my first ever 100,000 view video. So at that point there, Monday the 6th of April, that was my first ever 100,000 view video. And then all of a sudden, it's still going up. It's still going up, and it's going exponentially up now. So we went from April through to June. We've got another 63,000 views on that video. So this just gives you an idea, guys, of what is achievable with a good YouTube video versus Instagram. You know, why that extra effort might be worthwhile. You know, you can see things like audience retention. You know, 100% of everybody watches the first. Actually, 95% of everybody watches 0 seconds. But then, obviously, you know, you hang on to a certain amount. And then, of course, as you come to the end of every video, you get this massive tail off. So this is a representation of 11-minute and 11-second video, and the representation is about 54% of people watch it to about 6 minutes. 56 people watch it to just under 7 minutes. So you can see a lot of information. You can also then tailor your videos. If you're seeing a lot of tail offs, you know, like this, lots more of my videos now just stay horizontal in the kind of 40 to 50% range. I've learned from these kind of tail offs. where people just get fed up of hearing me, or my information stays too linear. So I can keep everyone engaged for a bit longer now. And what I'll see in my videos now is a steep drop off right at the end there, where people just don't want to hear my outro, which is fine. Because I mean, you know, that how long have they listened to me? But then posted a video just now, on Sunday, 27 minutes long. People are watching it nearly to the end. 80% of people have watched it nearly to the end. I can't believe it. It's my best numbers ever. And then, of course, you know, there's the added bonus. And I'm going to show you what this video has earned me in this time period. $432 for making one video.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't see anybody on Instagram making any money unless they've got something that they can influence, you know, in a way of influencing people to, you know, wrong one. Let's go back to StreamYard. A way of influencing people's, you know, to spend money. But I don't have to influence anyone to spend money. I just have to make content that people want to see, and you'll see.
So
that's there forever.
So
and that will. Yeah. Yeah, you know, and you can see it's exponentially growing. That'll probably be, the likelihood is that will be my first 1 million view video.
Yeah.
You know, so for everybody that's kind of fed up of Instagram, doesn't feel like they're getting anywhere with it, you've got a brand and you're like, you know what, actually, I feel like I'm just running uphill with it all the time. You are. In a nutshell, you are. Instagram is like a dead end road. You just get to the end of the road and then you just keep pushing the numbers up the hill. You know, you keep pushing the subscribers up the hill. And don't get me wrong, don't stop Instagram. Don't lose faith in it, because you can gain real life clients, because you can use dedicated hashtags to kind of impact your local area. You can get your local area, and that's where Instagram's at, guys. That's for you guys who stand behind the chair day in, day out. That is where Instagram is at, you know. Hashtag, you know, Paul Watts hairdressing in, I keep wanting to say Netlem. You're not Netlem.
Kettering.
Where are you, Paul? Kettering. You know, I get the Netlem and Arundel. Yeah, both of those places. And Peterborough used to be in Peterborough. Even Peterborough anymore? No, not Peterborough.
Arundel's Peterborough.
Arundel's Peterborough, right. Yeah, okay, cool. So look, you know, use your local hashtags, get people in your local area buzzed about what you can create. Great. Instagram's brilliant for that. But, you know, if you want to represent yourself in a much more professional and, you know, kind of interesting way, and you want to my clients love the fact that they're hairdressers on YouTube. Love it. God's sake, it's like the first thing that a lot of my clients talk about. Like, oh yeah, they've either watched the videos, or, you know, they just like tell their friends, and then friends come in and they're like, oh yeah, I said you were on YouTube, you know, because that's like gravitas, you know. So, you know, it feels like everybody's on Instagram, but then when they tell their friends, oh, my hairdresser's got a YouTube channel, then, you know, it's quite it feels like they're like, what is your hairdresser on YouTube? Because if he's not,
well, yeah, because I was watching some videos the other day, and they were saying about this, because when your clients do find out you're on YouTube, and then they get that binge, you've got that binge worthy content where they just watch and watch and watch. But there's people on YouTube who are now like the #1 newsreader on YouTube. There's the #1 chef on YouTube. They're not on telly. They haven't had to. There's no investment there except for what they're investing in themselves. And so Laura's just said about this question here, which we're going to talk about. What do you guys use for your videos? iPhone ring light, I assume photographic stuff. We've got a similar story, whereas our first videos are on mobile phone, and we recommend that 100%. And I think with me, with my mobile phone,
buy a cheap light, Laura. Buy a cheap light.
Yeah, and a good
go cheap
mic, because sound quality. But I felt less intrusive with having my phone in front of me and recording than I do with a camera now. The quality you get is much better. It's much easier to edit. It's just you're going up in levels when you're investing in your channel. But start with your phone, film with your phone. iPhones are like unreal cameras.
Yeah, bonkers. Look, this here is a cinema grade, camera. This is like mega. Yeah, but sometimes, well, not even sometimes. 2 of my best videos ever were filmed on my iPhone above my laptop there. So forget this, right? Because that's like bonkers, and that comes with more problems than it's worth, actually, in a lot of ways. That is, this thing gets in the way of me creating stuff.
Yeah.
And I was just saying to Paul before I came on air, I was like, actually, you know what? I'm going to sell that thing because the image quality is insane. It's amazing. It looks like nothing on earth, but there's other professional level cameras out there that are going to make my life a lot easier. I just ordered one, please guys, just use your mobile phones. Spend your money on microphones, get yourself a decent, I use a wireless system. This is about 150 quid's worth, but you don't even have to go this far. You can spend £15. I can't reach it now. I've got a lavalier mic clips on here. This is I'd say this is the top end of going before you go professional, before you get into some really expensive kit, but if you've got the money, then these are bits of kit that you don't ever just get rid of. They're not willy-nilly, they hang around forever and ever until they break, and then you have to reinvest in it, or they may never break. I don't know. And Rode actually have a 10-year warranty. I'm not even selling Rode gear, but there's swipe up. Links in the description. Hashtags. I'm not. Invest your money in a decent light. I'd love to be able to turn this around and point you at my favorite light up there, but it's called Falcon Eyes. And it's like a flat LED panel, takes up no room. You can just roll it up. You can literally roll it up and it goes into a case. That was 200 quid. But I didn't even start with that. I started with, have I got it here? No, I haven't got it in here. It's gone somewhere else. One of my boys has probably got it. An LED panel that big. My little boy thinks it's amazing because it's like a floodlight. When you switch it on, and it's bright enough, and you look well lit, and because the one thing about using your iPhone, and here's the thing, guys, using your iPhone is an amazing tool, but because it's got such a small little sensor behind that lens, because obviously it is an iPhone, it needs lots of light feeding to it. So it looks amazing outside. It looks amazing if you feed it enough light. So when you're thinking videos, guys, think of your camera as a light hungry monster. It needs light. If you don't give it light, it underperforms. That is the best way to think of a camera. Because there's nothing technical about an iPhone. You press record, and the iPhone's an amazing piece of kit. It just does everything for you. It guesses how cool or warm the lighting is, and it sorts everything out for you. It's unbelievable. And I'm saying iPhone, I don't even mean that. I mean Huawei, I mean Samsung, I mean any top level smartphone right now. And Samsung next year are going to bring out some smartphones that are going to make even pro level DSLRs. You're going to have to go way over £1,000 before you're going to get better image quality. Samsung are bringing out a new camera chip and sensor that is going to make buying an iPhone a competitive, a real, you're going to really want to be in that iPhone system before you think to yourself, and then you're going to have to spend probably 1,400 quid on a dedicated camera to be able to go past what Samsung are bringing out next year. And that's when people say to me all the time, James, what camera shall I buy? What shall I buy? What shall I buy? What shall I buy? People say it's not about what you buy. It's definitely not about what you buy. It's, the important things are lighting. The important things are audio. Feed that small little camera lots of light and it will sing for you. And you don't even have to think about the equipment then. You just have to get on with the doing. And because that's the big bit, isn't it? They're standing in front of the camera, feeling comfortable, not sounding like you're reading off a script or whatever, and they're the big hurdles.
So when you've got all your phone to use and lots of light and your sound is where you want it to be, the next step is, what we're doing with this. So this is just an intro into, we're trying to pull you onto YouTube. And as scary as it may seem, we're doing this because we want to guide you through everything. So we want to take you through, if you don't know how to sign up, we can show you how to sign up. Looking for your niche, looking for content, and talking about content. It's one of the biggest things that affected me at the beginning. Was I was trying to either replicate content or come up with obscure content to get the reach. Whereas now what I do is I don't look for content, I document. And I think that's the game changer for me with regards to where I'm going with my channel.
No, it's great stuff, Paul, actually, and I think that's exactly right. As Paul just said, what we want you guys to realize is that it's not YouTube is scary to a lot of people, because obviously there's that kind of permanency to it. There is that, all the positives that we just talked about can be deemed as a negative, or probably actually they're the barrier to entry for a lot of people.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here, exactly. We're here to consult with and help guide you to a bigger platform, especially you guys out there who are educators, who and I know so many of you are educators out there, who absolutely cannot wait to run classes and have an audience to teach. There is no better platform. Instagram doesn't even compare when it comes to what YouTube can offer you in terms of connection with your potential class attendees. So yeah, I mean, guys, if you spent loads and loads of hours plugging away on Instagram, you've got a bit of traction and you're maybe pulling in a few classes here and there because you've done a brilliant job of plugging your Instagram and doing getting loads of people involved. Amen to you. But I would say that if you'd have put all that effort in on your YouTube channels, you'd have tripled your engagement by now, and your class uptake, because people can really buy into what they're going to get from you. And I know it's a lot of commitment, and I help several people already with new YouTube channels, and I think probably the biggest conversation I have with all of them is the pressure that they feel. But you need to, what the big thing you need to do is take your mindset away from the Instagram mentality. YouTube's about turning up once a week, once a fortnight, and doing a video and making that video as high value as possible. And that's what YouTube's about. It's not this Instagram. It's not the daily grind in Instagram. I mean, like I said, I was on the phone to Paul yesterday, and I said we were talking about how we're sort of Instagram's losing its way as far as we're concerned, in a lot of areas of social media. And I can't remember where I'm going with this now because I've just had a brain fart. But I just no, I've totally forgot.
I mean, what I would
say on the phone yesterday.
What I would touch on with that is Laura's just put a question up saying about some editing tips. So we are going to create a course of this, editing tips, content creation, algorithm, keywords, all that sort of thing you need to know. But we're going to start from day one and work with you through it. And one of the best bits of advice I had about the whole Instagram culture, where you're like, you're basically putting on a show daily on Instagram, on camera, showing if you've been shopping, what you're eating, all stuff like that. I keep getting a phone call. And with YouTube, talk to the camera as if you're talking to your mate. Use it as a very personal tunnel that you are just conveying a conversation with. At the beginning, it's quite hard to talk to a camera and just focus on the lens, because your eyes might be like all over the place. But as soon as you're talking to a lens and you get really personal with it, and then everything's, it's like blinkers. You're focused on the lens and you're just pouring your passion to the lens, but to your audience.
Yeah, that's a great, because I find actually, that's another bonus of having a camera over a phone. I do find it much easier to kind of get get engaged with my camera.
Yeah.
You know, I find myself doing what Paul just said, like leaning in, you know, hi guys.
Yeah.
You know, whereas, you know, when I'm like this, you know, and I'm talking to this green dot on my laptop, or I'm talking to this, you know, blank dot on my phone, you know, I don't feel like I want to talk to Paul and he's down here. So if I'm talking to Paul the whole time, you know, because when we have a conversation with our friends, don't we? We don't, you know, we don't look at a green dot that's staring back at us. You know, we look at them. But this is weird. This looks weird, doesn't it? Hi, Paul. You all right? Yeah. You know, yeah. How you getting on? You know, but when I don't have that distraction, I have my, you know, camera set up and stuff, you know, and I'm looking right into the lens.
Yeah.
Look, I know there's a lot of people who'll be watching this on Instagram, and you know, the numbers are fluctuating. People are like, "Oh my God, I'm not putting more effort into this stuff." The payoff is so much bigger. You know, it's so much more power to your elbow to make that investment into your YouTube channels, rather than you know, going down the whole kind of plugging Instagram endlessly. And the beauty is, as we said before, look, you can just cross-pollinate, but take it, you know, put your base on YouTube, base yourself on YouTube, and then use the other social media platforms to kind of distribute your information that you created from YouTube. And it's not difficult. It's not rocket science. It's just
with the editing.
Yeah, the editing.
YouTube video, and then we'll chop it up into these little teasers and segments that you entice your audience over to YouTube. Because as you've seen from James's analytics, it's massive. But when did you both feel comfortable talking to the camera?
I've got a story about this. I'll just jump in, right? I don't know if you joined us right in the beginning, Stacey. What's that on my? Oh, it's a bit of fluff. Anyway, it was a bit of fluff on my headphones. I thought it was my hair poking out. So look, I'll tell you a really quick story about this, guys. So if you joined us right in the beginning, you'll have heard that back in 2017, I've decided to make videos. And if you joined us for Paul's live with him recently, you know, I explained the whole story. So I won't go back into all that. 2017, I really wanted to make videos. I wanted to do my videos on Instagram because they thought that was the place to do it, because it felt like a bit safer. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll put them up on Instagram. The very day that I was ready to post my very first video onto Instagram, January 2018, the very day they posted this notification, Instagram now only does 1 minute video form. I was like, what? I was like, oh God. So Stacey, how long did it then take me to feel comfortable in front of the camera going onto YouTube? Took another 6 months. It was the 6th of June 2018 before I posted my first YouTube video. 6th of June 2018. 6 months of just what I, you know, I've made so many videos in that time, and that's back to the editing question, right? Here's how I practice, and I still practice editing videos. I mean, I'm not a professional videographer by any stretch of anyone's imagination, but I've learned a lot of skills along the way. I've taken my skills on a few steps now. I do things called color grading and blah, 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 you know, which are really high labor intensive steps. And I've learned from lots of hours of practice, you know, and I can help you guys kind of understand whether that's worthwhile. And Paul and I can both do that together, whether that's worthwhile and whether you want to, you know, really kind of invest your time, effort and energy into going that far, or whether it's just really about great content. And actually, at the end of the day, it's probably about great content. But if it looks nice, that's a bonus. And here's the thing. 6 months of filming myself, taking that stuff, editing it, hating myself, deleting it. 6 months, pretty much every other day, trying. If you want to see my first video, it's still on my YouTube channel. You have to go to my channel, click on the playlist, click on the videos, and then there's a little drop down arrow, and it says, you know, oldest videos, and that will send you to my very first video, you know. And I look at it now and it's okay, you know, it's okay. But it took 6 months to make. Yeah, 6 months to feel comfortable enough to actually post it. And I remember the anticipation of sharing it on that I'd made a Facebook video, a YouTube video on Facebook and Instagram. And I was like, oh my God, what will people think? And basically it's me walking down the road and this was also the very first time that I sort of did this vlogging thing. Hi guys. And I explained what the life of hair was going to be, and actually it's not that anymore really. It's more of a tutorial channel, but it's okay because that's how I imagined it would be. It was this kind of media platform.
Progression.
Yeah, progression. That's right. You think it's going to be one thing. Paul did the same. Paul had the same journey. Paul thought his channel was going to be one thing, and you know, Paul and I have had lots of conversations in lockdown, and I've been, you know, guiding Paul, and you know, we've had loads of feedback, haven't we? You know, we've had, and you know, and it was in this back and forth that we decided that actually we could help other people in the same position, or take people from Instagram to YouTube. We had this kind of simultaneous notion that actually we both had a lot to offer in our own way, and we had a lot of people who we felt were like, you know, flogging a dead horse on Instagram, and actually would probably benefit a lot from jumping onto YouTube. So Stacey, how long did it take? 6 months, pretty much, I'd say, to feel comfortable. But you know what, and I think where I went wrong with that a little bit is that I tried to make a vlogging video, and that's really not what I was used to doing. You know, I was teacher, presenter, and I should have just made a tutorial, because I could have hid behind the hair then. The hair could have done the talking, but you know, but it was a learning curve. So maybe if you're going to make a video, Stacey, don't do a vlog to start with, because you know, it does take a little bit of time to feel comfortable, and it's not even comfortable in front of the camera. It's comfortable listening to yourself back on your editing suite time and time again. I actually now know in my head what my own voice sounds like. I don't know if that's how everybody else hears it, but but I'm comfortable with it. You know, I can listen to myself over and over and over again, and I don't cringe.
Yeah, that's one of the things as well. People, it's like you record your voice, and it's like, is that me? Like, do I sound like that? And like you saying, it took you 6 months. So everybody did a YouTube channel. I signed up to YouTube in 2011, 2012, and it's
13. I was 2013. Sat there. 2013. Just sat there.
Yeah.
That's why,
and I was editing little videos of just bits, really. Like maybe I'd put a little collection I'd edit it all together. There was this burning desire to be able to get in front of a camera and talk to it and engage. But it took, I would say, years for me to know where I am, to find my niche as such, or find my value that I can give to people. I'm not saying that it would now take me years. I think it's more of like a maturity thing. I think back then I didn't really know what I was doing in life, and now I do. So I can convey what I've done and add value to it for people if want to open a salon or anything like that. So that's what really helped me with it, knowing my area of expertise and then being able to be quite comfortable in talking about it. Because I think that's the thing. I don't like to work from scripts, really. I have a plan of how I want my video to flow, but a script, I'm not very good with a script. And it doesn't come across as natural.
I'm not me with a script, you know. I'm like, our guys,
robot.
You know, whereas I think Paul and I have very similar kind of, you know, lots of hands and lots of moving and etc. And that I can't read. I'm dyslexic for starters, so I can't read, and I read like an information leaflet. Yeah, you know, like when I'm reading to my boys. Hi, Daniel. When I'm reading to my boys at night, you know, it sounds like a public service announcement, you know, but it's the Gruffalo. Down in the deep dark wood was, you know. So to read off a script like that just wouldn't be for me. Just
see you next week.
You know what I mean? It wouldn't be for me, you know, to read off that kind of really regimented script. But like, I'm exactly like Paul, behind the camera or on the tripod. I've got the list of things that I really want to say, the points that I really want to talk about in that video. And you know, sometimes that makes the videos really long, but these days I do make much longer videos. I Oh, your daughter still laughs at reading. How old's your daughter, Daniel? Because my son's 7 now and he's a better reader than me. So it's really funny because he's not dyslexic like I am. Not saying you're dyslexic, Daniel, I don't know, but I mean, I just talk like I read like a robot. So 18. Okay, cool. So yeah, by the time my son's 18, he's gonna murder me. It's gonna be nothing but Mickey taking. You're a granddad now, crikey, blimey, Charlie. You're a good-looking granddad, aren't you? Does anyone doesn't know
Instagram?
Huh?
I'm just saying to everybody on YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I just I forgot we haven't got it. Yeah, we're on Instagram here. So Daniel Granger, for anyone who doesn't know him, from the Makeover Show on Channel 4, brilliant hairdresser, based just around down the road from you, Paul, isn't he?
Yeah, like
20 minutes. And got a great 20 minutes, half an hour. Got a great academy called The Perfectionist. So we give him a shout out. Because I really like what he's doing there. And what I really like about what Daniel's doing with he's got a YouTube channel as well. He's doing free education for younger people. People who are going encouraging cut. Yeah, it looks really good. So guys, do go and check out Daniel on Instagram and YouTube. Because I'm really impressed with what he's doing, especially for the younger guys out there. Trying to increase their skills with limited funds. They've all got iPhones or smartphones of some description there. So big up to you, Daniel. Congratulations on that one, mate. So I think we're probably going to run out of time on Instagram very soon, because I think you get thrown off in an hour, don't you? And we've been on just under an hour. So look, we came on here today, guys, to talk to you about the benefits of YouTube and how this long form video would give you a lot more tangible connection to your audience, and how important it was to try and not invest all that time, effort and energy into Instagram for the little feedback that Instagram give you. By all means use it as a platform, but take that energy and effort and just make a 1 minute video, 3 minute video, put it onto YouTube, chop it up, put it onto Instagram, or just post it in its entirety onto Instagram. So listen, if you want any more information, what Paul and I have created is a Facebook group, community group called YouTube for Hairdressers. So if you'd like to be part of that group, we are going to be in that group hosting tutorials and kind of Q&A sessions, etc. We're going to be holding the first one next week. And obviously when lockdown's finished, we'd like to also have a
will do, mate.
Come and see you guys in real life and help you kind of develop your skills, and kind of hopefully do some coaching days with any of you that really want to take what you're doing already to the next level. So yeah, it'd be really great to hear from you. Just drop us a DM if you want any more information. DM me, DM Paul, Facebook, Instagram, drop us a comment on YouTube, whatever it takes for you to kind of get with us, and we'll explain how it will all work going forward. But it's all going to be centered around that Facebook group, and it's all going to be about kind of live education as much as humanly possible. We want you guys to join us in weekly lives, kind of to get the most out of what you're doing, and we can discuss topics and how to really kind of dig down into making the most out of social media platform that is YouTube, that is a very powerful add-on to, because like we see it like this, it's YouTube's the granddaddy, YouTube's the one, and everything else filters down from there. And that's where we would like to kind of help you guys take your amazing work. So I think we're going to just probably get cut off on Facebook, Instagram in about 15 seconds or so. So you got anything to say?
Yeah, if you're on Instagram, jump over to YouTube for Hairdressers on Facebook. We're going to list it all in there, what we want to do. There's some things that we want you to do for next week. If you've got a YouTube channel, great. If you haven't, just sign up. Think of a niche.
Really easy.
And think of something that you like, think of your message. And that is, we'll list it all in the group. So make sure you join the group, and we will see you next week.
Yeah. Probably going to get kicked off of Instagram now, but we'll leave Instagram on until they throw us off.
Yep.
I don't know when that happens, but we're still live on Facebook for a couple more minutes, and we'll still be live on. Go for it, Paul. Go.
Well, yeah. Any questions on from Facebook or YouTube? We're still live now. Just get some questions in. I know there was some on lighting. Ring lights are cool, like James said. Just light is what you need. If you're going to be using a mobile phone, just light.
Yeah.
If you're not going to buy a light, make sure you're next to a well-lit window, or some nice lighting at home, a nice white wall, and go from there. But for next week, channel, niche, and a message you want to convey. And then what we can do is we can really help you guys put it all together. We can show you what we use for channel banners, creating thumbnails, how to edit, how we get our content, everything. So it's really exciting, because this is something that I've got a massive passion for, and I know James has. I mean, both inspired by what James is doing. And for this week, if you can, just try and watch a YouTube video or 3 or more, and just see where you want to go, because next week will be something really special.
Perfect. Well said, Paul. Love it. Yeah. Just and on the niche front, I know the niche thing can be really difficult. That can be the really big hurdle for you guys. So look, don't feel too compelled about niches yet. Your niche will flow out of you as you become, as your personality does, if you see what I mean. I think, you can sit down and think about niches all day long, or you can spot a niche in the market. You can spot a gap in the market for a specific type of video. But
think about what you like.
You first of all have to be passionate.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got to be passionate. Exactly. Don't just say, oh, well, I think braiding's underrepresented, but I'm not very good at braiding. So, but I'll go down that route anyway. You just wouldn't convey it right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I want to teach about eating fire. I've never done it before. There's not many videos on it, so I'll go with that. But no, listen, to everybody who has joined us for this live, thank you so much. And as I said just before we got logged out of Instagram Live there, don't forget to come and join us over on Facebook. Drop us a DM before you try and join us. We need to kind of few things to go through before then with you guys, before you decide what you want to do about that. And we'll go from there, I think. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you, mate.
Very good.
Thank you, everybody.
You're welcome, Paul. Thank you. Thank you to everybody who watched, everybody who joined in, everyone who commented and threw your questions out there. It's always massively appreciated. And next time we do this, we'll probably go live over on my channel, just switch the backwards and forwards. And then that way you guys can, join us over there and over here, and you can see how we both operate differently, and all those kind of things give you different insights. Cool. All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Mr. Watts. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody. Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye-bye.